What are the rules of airline etiquette? Well, if you read the news lately or been on a flight recently, you may have come across stories or even witnessed firsthand passenger flight disruptions, which have led to delayed and diverted flights. Now, some of these situations are unavoidable, but just as well, some of these situations can be avoided just by practicing good airline etiquette. So in this video, I'll cover some of the unspoken rules of airline etiquette that you can start practicing to help make for a peaceful flight. Let's go.
Dream vacations start here.
According to a survey by Expedia, the top 3 most annoying airplane behaviors are kicking the seat, talking loudly, and reclining the seat. So let's discuss how to avoid these issues. First, kicking the seat. Be mindful of your legroom and avoid jostling the seat in front of you. Consider using a footrest or placing your feet on your personal item bag to avoid accidental seat kicking. Loud talking. Keep conversations at a reasonable volume and avoid using your speakerphone. Consider using headphones for phone calls or entertainment to minimize noise pollution. Seat reclining. A study done by Skyscanner found that 91% of passengers believe that reclining your seat should be banned on short-haul flights. For us taller people whose legs are already pressed against the back of the seat, a reclined seat is torture to us. The amount of legroom is already at bare minimum, and when someone reclines their seat, there's really nowhere else for our legs to go. So if you can avoid it, do so, but if you must recline your seat, do it slowly and inform the person behind you to avoid any surprises or spilled drinks. Let's move on to hygiene and food etiquette. Since everyone is sharing the same space and sitting close together, good hygiene and food etiquette are essential. Here are some tips to consider. Number 1, shower before your flight and wear clean, comfortable clothes. Number 2, avoid wearing strong fragrances like cologne, perfume, and lotions, as some passengers may have allergies or sensitivities. Number 3, avoid foods with a strong odor like tuna or garlic. And number 4, dispose of trash responsibly and keep your area tidy. When it comes to respecting personal space and privacy, it's important to be aware of your surroundings and to respect the personal space of others. Here are some ways to do so. 1, use headphones when listening to music, watching movies, or playing games. 2, avoid leaning on your seatmate or encroaching on their personal space. 3, respect the privacy of others by not snooping on their screens or eavesdropping on their conversations. And lastly, number 4, if you need to get up from your seat, try not to use the seat in front of you for support, as this can disturb the passengers that are seated there. Let's now talk about the cabin crew. Not only are they responsible for your safety during the flight, but they can also help make your flight more enjoyable. Flight attendants get their share of rude passengers, but following their instructions is not only polite, but essential, and showing your appreciation for them goes a long way. Some ways you can do this is paying attention to the safety briefing, even if you've heard it 100 times before, fastening your seatbelt, stowing your tray table, or switching off electronics when instructed to do so, and remain seated when the seatbelt sign is on, and wait for the crew's permission before moving about the cabin or using the lavatories. In the rare event of an in-flight emergency, it's crucial to stay calm and follow the cabin crew's instructions. They go through a lot of training to deal with specific emergencies, and if you're not listening to their instructions, you make their job a lot harder, and it also decreases the chances of the best possible outcome for the given emergency. The best thing you can do is not create unnecessary stress for other passengers, but rather offer assistance to those who may need it, and be ready to follow the crew's instructions, including helping with emergency tasks if required. I think overall, a little kindness goes a long way. And remember that everyone on the plane is just trying to get to their destination, and a small act of compassion can make a significant impact on someone's travel experience. Some ways you can show this is by offering to help with someone's luggage if they're struggling, engage in polite conversation with your seatmates, but also respect their cues if they prefer to be left alone. Also, be patient and understanding with parents traveling with young children, as they're likely trying to do their best to manage a stressful situation. And offer a smile, a kind word, or a thank you to the cabin crew, as their job can be demanding and often goes underappreciated. So let's now talk about some other common scenarios that you might encounter on a flight and how to handle them. Number 1, what should you do if someone is being disruptive on a flight? You should politely address the problem with that person if you feel comfortable doing so. If the problem persists, inform the cabin crew who are trained to handle these situations. Number 2, how can I politely ask my seatmate to switch seats? First, be honest about your reasons for wanting to switch seats and offer a polite explanation. Just remember they're not obligated to accommodate your request, and be gracious regardless of their response. Number 3, what is the best way to handle armrest disputes? The unspoken rule is that the middle seat gets both armrests, since they have to endure a middle seat. The person sitting in the aisle seat gets the armrest closest to the aisle, and the window seat gets the armrest closest to the window. Now, if the middle seat person is not using the armrest, then you can politely ask to use it, but communication is key. Number 4, who has control over the window shade? The person who has the window seat always has control over the window shade. The reason I buy a window seat is so I can look out the window. Now, if one of my seatmates asks me to close the window shade, I can either come to a compromise or respectfully decline. Number 5, is it okay to remove your shoes on a plane? It is generally acceptable to remove your shoes as long as your feet are clean and odor-free, but I would consider wearing socks or in-flight slippers for added hygiene. Definitely wear shoes when using the airplane lavatories because the floors of the bathrooms are rather gross. Number 6, how can I minimize the risk of disturbing my seatmates when I need to get up frequently during the flight? If you anticipate needing to get up often, then try and reserve an aisle seat. One of the most frustrating things about sitting in an aisle seat is having to get up to let people out in your row. And if you're doing this a lot, it can be rather annoying. Number 7, what should I do if I accidentally offend someone with my behavior on a plane? If you unintentionally offend someone, offer a sincere apology and make every effort to correct your behavior. Demonstrating awareness and consideration can go a long way in diffusing tension and maintaining a pleasant atmosphere. So which of these unspoken rules do you have the hardest time dealing with? Let me know down in the comment section of this video. Also, be sure to check out some of my other videos that may be helpful to you as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to catch you in a future video.